and promises, where we learn to choose. Lessons color from flower form. The birds put songs from their lands. Yes, special song. Carried along the morning breeze. Waking all around. Summer and density green. Okay, I don't know how well you could hear that, but that was a Beltane song. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you could be here. I expect folks will also be joining us as we go along, and other people won't be able to join us until they watch this as a video. But this is our Beltane ritual. Beltane is the beginning of the summer season in the Celtic year, and it is a time when traditionally we have celebrated all kinds of things of energy rising, creativity, fertility, sexuality, projects that you're working on, things that you want to give your vision to. It's a time of energy rising in the Northern Hemisphere as things come to life, and certainly the world around us here in Georgia is full of life, full of green and full of flowers, and so we celebrate that. Go ahead, I hope if you haven't that you'll get comfortable in your space. If you were able to get the instructions earlier in the week, I invited everybody to bring, and I'm just going to point them out here, 3 small candles. We always light the 3 fires in our ritual, which we'll be doing. You've got 3 candles there. Do that with us. I also invited everybody to have a dedicated bowl of water for Bridget to become her well, and also a dedicated bowl that could handle some fire for a burnt offering for Kiernanos. Traditionally at Beltane there are 2 fires, and I've got a floating candle on the water here. There's a fire over here, and so these will be our 2 fires for Beltane. You know, now normally they would have 2 big fires and they would herd all of the sheep through it as a blessing and a cleansing. We didn't bring the sheep tonight, but we're bringing our imaginations. So really, that's the other thing that I want to invite everybody to, and that is whether you've got things assembled or not, enter into the ritual with your imagination, with your own presence there around whatever you've got. If you've just got 1 candle, that's great, light the candle. If you've got nothing but the screen, then you're doing the things that you see me doing in our ritual tonight. So our intention tonight is the particular intent that we each bring around creativity, fertility, sexuality, and the interconnected web of existence. And it is also to send out healing and helping energy into the world. So it's kind of the twofold thing. So let's each of us pause for a moment in silence to be clear about what our personal intention is around creativity, fertility, sexuality, and the interconnected web. Just take a moment and be clear about what that is for you. Because tonight, as we do this working, as we call energies here to this altar to help us with our working, this thing that you just focused on is part of it. It's part of what we're sending energy out into the world to help with. So now let us focus on the healing of the earth as she struggles under the burdens of climate change. Because that is also what we're doing this working for tonight, for the healing of the earth. And now let us focus on all those suffering with COVID-19. We'll be asking the gods and the goddesses, the spirits of this land, our ancestors, and all of our helping spirits to surround each of us and our loved ones with protecting and helping energy, to guard those who are well, and to heal those who are ill. That is also our intention tonight as we do this working. So every time you hear one of us refer to our intentions for this working, it's those three things: that personal thing for you, the healing of the earth, and the healing and the helping and the protecting of those around COVID-19. Tonight, we're going to bring you this ritual with three voices leading us: Lee and Miriam and Dandy. And I will be offering the visual actions around the altar and the gestures. So you're invited to enter into this as fully as possible by watching, by imagining that you're present with every gesture, and by doing some of the gestures or all of the gestures that you can along with me. So let's begin tonight, as we often do, in a little less dramatic form, by chanting three Awins. The word Awin is a Welsh word that means something like inspiration or grace or giftedness. So let us sing. Awin. Awin.
And now we establish peace in the 8 gates of our grove.
Let there be peace at the Beltane gates.
Let there be peace at the Albin Heroin gate.
Let there be peace at the Lunasod gate.
Let there be peace at the Albin Elwood gate.
Let there be peace at the Samhain gate.
Let there be peace at the Albin Arthurwin gate.
Let there be peace at the Immelt gate.
Let there be peace at the Albin Eiler gate. Our grove is surrounded by peace. We now reaffirm our covenant and invite those of you joining us to affirm each line.
Let us read aloud the Grove's covenant. I will read a line and pause so you can repeat after me. We are a community of druids walking personal paths.
We are a
community
druids
of
walking
druids walking personal paths.
We have a vital relationship with the earth, our mother.
We have a
vital relationship
with the
with the earth, our mother.
We celebrate the sun and its sacred days.
We celebrate the sun
and its sacred days.
We hear the call to the inner life, and we are weaving a wisdom that is both personal and communal.
We hear
the call to the inner life,
and we are weaving a wisdom that is both personal and communal.
We each have special work that we do for ourselves, for others, for our community.
We each have
special work that we do
for ourselves,
for others,
for our community.
We find our balance in the three: the sky, the earth, and the sea.
We find our balance
in the three: the sky, the earth, and the sea. We come to honor the 3 realms and the 3 cauldrons within us, and the ancestors, guides, and spirits that attend us.
Now we come to light the 3 fires.
And if you have 3 candles there with you, light these along with us.
With the sacred land always supporting us, the eternal sea surrounding us, the endless sky above us, the world tree belay aids us to connect the realm of our bodies, bringing wisdom, sight, and health.
We acknowledge the three fires that give light, warmth, and life to all. First, to the spirits of this land and this place, be with us and guide us. Be our hospitable hosts as we are your gracious guests.
We acknowledge the second fire, the fire of the ancestors of blood and of culture that we carry in our hearts and thoughts. Be with us and inspire us. Be our excellent exemplars as we are your devoted descendants.
We acknowledge the third fire, the great fire of the gods and goddesses, the powers and inhabitants of the other world. Be with us and enlighten us. Be our perpetual patrons as we are your constant clients.
To the three fires, may we kindle you at all times, and may you never be extinguished.
We invite you now to participate in our Celtic cross that connects us and our three cauldrons to the three realms and creates sacred and safe space around us and enables us to send our working into the world.
So I invite you, wherever you are, either sitting or standing, to join us in this Celtic cross of protection. This really is where we become the connection of the things above and below and within. And it is with this energy that we collect within ourselves that we send forth our working. So if you can stand, do so, and make sure that your feet are flat and that your weight is distributed equally on your feet. If you're sitting, just make sure that your feet are flat against the floor, and sit up or stand up as tall and straight as you can. And breathe, bring your attention to your breathing. Just notice you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Gently close your eyes and still constantly attending to your breathing. Imagine yourself growing taller and longer so that your feet descend down into the core of the earth and your shoulders and your head extend far up out of our atmosphere into the cosmos. Feel your feet deeply planted in the earth. Feel your head and shoulders extending out into the cosmos. And with your next inhale, raise your dominant hand up into the cosmos. And with each breath, make contact with sky energy. And with your next inhale, draw sky energy down through the top of your head. Make a circle of it at your forehead. Pull it down and make a circle of it at your heart. Pull it down and make a circle of it below your belly button. And breathe sky energy down into all of those places in your body, the three cauldrons of your own body. And with your next inhale, reach down deep into the core of the earth where your feet are, and move your fingers around in the hot, molten, moving energy that is sea energy, the moving, molten core of the earth, as well as all the rivers and the oceans that move in rhythm and with tide and create magnetic energy on this earth. Make connection with that sea energy. And with your next inhale, draw that up through your feet, up through your legs. Make a circle of it below your belly button. Inhale it up into your heart area and make a circle of it here. And inhale it up into your forehead. And with every inhale, draw sea energy up. With every inhale, draw sky energy down, and let these two energies flow into the cauldrons of your body. And now with your next inhale, extend your hands out to the horizons. If you have a window that you can see out of, look out there and see where your energy body is going, and wiggle your fingers around in the earth energy of this place, this planet, this land where we live and stand and work and move our lives. And begin to draw that earth energy into your hands. And with your next inhale, draw it in and make a circle of it here at your heart. And maybe just hold the other hand there and draw in some more of it and bring it down to that spot below your belly button. And draw it in again and bring it up to your forehead. And hold your hands there. And with every inhale, you're drawing down sky energy. You're drawing up sea energy. You're drawing in earth energy. And these energies now are moving around and weaving a Celtic knot of their presence in your heart and at your heart. And let us take 3 good in-breaths. And after the third one, we're going to make a big arch of protection over ourselves with the word emboss. And this, imagine this covering all the space, not just of this altar, but all the spaces that we are in all over the planet. So 3 breaths. And emboss. And now feel that energy in your body. Feel it all over your body and draw some of that energy. Hold one hand at your heart, and with your dominant hand, notice some of that energy in your hand. And we're going to make little blessings of energy back to the sky and the sea and the earth. So make a little circle of energy here, and then come over and make another little circle here, and then come up and make a little circle here. So you've got a triangle of energy. And take it underneath and offer it up to the sky. And let it go and wait for the blessing to come back. Wait for the blessing to come back and feel it in your cauldron of wisdom. Sky energy and cauldron of wisdom connected. And let's make another blessing for the sea. A little circle here, a little circle here, a little circle here. We have a triangle of blessing now. Let's lower it down into the core of the earth as a blessing back to the sea. And wait for it to return. Wait for it to return. And when you feel the blessing come back, direct it into your cauldron of warming just below your belly button. The sea and your cauldron of warming are connected. Now let's make one more. A little circle here, a little circle here, a little circle here. You've got this triangle of energy now. Send it. I have a window. I'm going to face this window. Send it out to the horizon, to the earth itself. Send it out as a blessing and wait for it to come back. Wait for it to come back and receive it back into your cauldron of vocation. Earth energy and vocation energy are connected. And now for the remainder of this working, we are deeply empowered energy beings to do this working together.
At Bridget's Imulk, the land first awakened from winter and showed first signs of life and growth.
Now the earth is risen in full flower with signs of the horn run, great tenderness all around.
Dandy, we can't hear you. Can you try that again?
Sorry, I took my microphone off. Now the earth is risen in full power with signs of the horned one, great tenderness all around.
We pause now to make offerings to the Lady and the Lord as we join our lives to them into the great web of all existence in this working.
Wrap your hands around the bowl of water on your altar. Now we call to Lady Bridget, O Lady who brings forth life and sustains it. O Lady who crafts and creates all manner of art and craft and tool. O Lady who issues forth words of wisdom and justice in the world. We call on you to make this your well as we sing.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. And into your well we offer these gifts of the earth. Be pleased with this offering and help us with our working.
Wrap your hand around the bowl for Canernos on your altar. Now we call to Lord Canernos, a Lord who sits between opposing forces and holds them as one, a Lord who walks between this world and of humans, plants and animals, and the other world of the divine ones and our ancestors, a Lord who embodies the life force that runs through us all. We call on you to make this your cauldron of the fire of life force as we sing.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Into your cauldron we offer these gifts of the earth. Be pleased with this offering and help us in our work.
As there are 3 realms in which we do this work, there are 5 directions, 4 talismans, and 1 world tree. Let us call on them for their help in this working.
Let us turn and face to the west.
We open ourselves to the west, and in doing so to the other world and to wisdom. We seek here and call into this grove learning, teaching, foundations, judgment, counsel, stories, and the eloquence we need for our working. We call upon the cauldron of the Doida. In it, we see the generous nature of the universe, and we honor our obligation of hospitality. By the cauldron of the Doida, we have all that we need, wealth of every kind, every soul to feed. Let the cauldron of the Doida create compassion and communion among all the peoples of the world.
Let us face the north.
We open ourselves to the north, and in so doing to the darkness that is the source of all that is. We enter into this darkness, deeply aware of our struggles and battles that we face in this life. May we not be afraid to name here and call into this grove for transformation the battle, contention, hardships, strife, pride, rough places, and losses, those things we go through before transformation. We call upon the stone of fall, and in it we know and accept that we rule our life and choose our fate. No other may hold our sovereign sacred place. No other may reign over our spirit or the land that is our life in common with others. By the stone of destiny we live what's true, with the earth and shining ones in all that we do. Let the stone of destiny cry out the truth that the world needs today.
And now let us face the east.
We open ourselves to the east, and in so doing, to the blossoming of all the good things that emerge from the darkness. We seek here the prosperity, good ways of being in the world, abundance, dignity, strength, wealth, and hospitality that we need for our working tonight. We call upon the sword of Nawadu, and in it we acknowledge the wounds we bear and seek to heal with new life. By the sword of Nawadu, the torch burns bright. We make it our aim to live in the light. Let the sword of Nawadu shine forth as a torch, bringing into the world healing and integrity.
Let us face the south.
We open ourselves to the south, and in doing so, to the music of the cosmos. Let us become one here with the music, honor, fertility, games, passion, creativity, poetry, and all the gifts that flow in us and through us that we need for our working. We call upon the Spirit of Lu, and in doing so, we see and appreciate our many gifts, and we choose to live and work them for good in the world. We go forth this day by the Spirit of Lu, success in our speech and the good that we do. Let the Spirit of Lu send out the justice that the world needs for this day.
And now we face the center.
We open ourselves to the center. We honor the most sovereign and sacred space in the grove, the center, found here in this cauldron, found here in our hearts. Let us know the sovereignty that is each life, which this working requires. We seek the power, dignity, stability, crafts, bounty, renown, and self-mastery that we need for our working. We call the world tree Bile, the sacred mother, Danu, and in so doing, the three realms of sky, sea, and earth. The cauldron gives, the stone makes strong, the sword lives, the spear makes song. The tree gathers the throng. Let the world tree live deeply rooted in the other world, and extending the cover of its power to all that lives on this earth.
We call now upon the powers of the three realms to help us with our working.
We call forth sky energy. Let sky energy help us with this working.
Let sea energy help us with our working.
We call forth sea energy. Let sea energy help us with our working.
We call forth earth energy. Let earth energy help us with our working.
Let us join our hearts and hands and minds to call on the energies here to send forth for our intention.
On the count of three, we send forth these energies. 1, 2, 3. Imbas.
Imbas.
Feel into the working you've just sent forth. Be open to messages, feelings, ideas that suddenly come to you. Join us in the Druids' peace prayer. We will say a line and pause for you to repeat it.
Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace.
Deep within the
Deep
still
within
Still
the
center of my
being,
may
may
I
I find
find
peace.
peace. Silently within the quiet of the grove, may I share peace.
silently
Silently
Within the
quiet
quiet
of the grove,
may I
may I
find
share
peace.
share peace.
Gently and powerfully within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace.
Gently and
Gently and
powerfully
powerfully
within the circle of humankind,
may
may
I
I
radiate
radiate peace.
peace.
The working of this grove ritual is done. Let any energy remaining from this working return to the earth, our mother, for her blessing. And so it is.
So it is.
You may find yourself touched by images, feelings, or insight, and you may want to journal these things as we close our time together tonight and let your path unfold based on what you have received. We would like to invite you to post your comments and experiences on the Sylvan Sanctuary Facebook page.
Thank you for joining the Druids and aspirants of Sylvan Sanctuary in this working for balance in the world. It is our constant hope and prayer that you remain safe and well. The blessings of sky, earth, and sea be with us all. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Blessed be. This ritual will be recorded. It has been recording. I will be posting it on YouTube, and we'll share that on the Grove's Facebook page. I'm also going to unmute everybody. I had everybody on mute so that we could minimize background noise, but if you'd like to stay in this room and chat and visit and catch up, be my guest. I'll leave it open for a little while so you can do that. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry we were a bit late.
Oh, so the people from Wales are apologizing for being late.
Long way to come there.
Bit late.
The way we had this set up, I could just see little tiny thumbnail pictures across the top of the screen, but I couldn't see who they were. So I just trusted everybody got here who could be here.
Hey,
Wonderful.